Libra, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the 29th of February through the 6th of March of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information because the signs are different. All right, Libra, so this week we've got a healing energy over the weekend. Chiron's going to go over the south node. So it's been a very healing time with Chiron, such a major player with the nodal axes and Jupiter. But now it's going to be emphasized over this weekend. So this is specifically with allowing unhealthy energies to go, or old energies that are no longer serving us to be released. And now this is specifically involving your sixth house of daily tasks, of the routine, the health, diet, the regiments, any over-under extremes with this. And so it's not so much about understanding it consciously as much as it's just some sort of intuitive guidance. Because the more we try to go into it consciously, it just kind of, with the south node, just kind of gets confusing or just sort of slips through our fingertips. So the key is that through this spiritual understanding, which comes through just being aware of it, through meditation, that intuition, and most importantly with Chiron, feeling where we might feel wounded about these things, these sixth house matters, right? So it could be specifically with your diets, your regiments, your concern, your analytical energies. Any over-under extremes with that, I think, are good to be aware of, and naturally this healing could take place, and this will help you have a much more balanced perspective to your overall life path. Because the life path, at least consciously, although this is the path behind you and it's being released in that sense, or the unhealthy elements of it, your life path is shifting you into this 11th house consciously. And so this is your house of groups, of friends, of community aspects, of anything that you feel like is an ideal, a hope, a wish. And so you've had Jupiter here really helping you understand more about it. But now it's all retrograde. It's all introverted right now. So it's good to be learning about it. But still, it's this brand new shift for the next 2 years to really actualize and put conscious energy into those matters. So to do that, of course, we have to accept the spiritual side, the old, the unhealthy, allow those to go, and then that creates the platform for the insight of these new beginnings. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like for you in the transit graph. We do have your ruler, Venus, forming a couple aspects during the work week. She's going to be sextiling up to Saturn here Monday and Tuesday, which is specifically involving that grounded approach. I think it could be quite easy, in fact, for you to be quite grounded. Your Venus is at the bottom of the chart. You get a lot of planets kind of here at the bottom, so maybe things are a bit more introverted or lowered of energy for you at the moment. But an area you can really consciously pursue and enjoy is certainly the emotional side of life. So home, family, your health, your roots, your location, whatever it might be with that. So all those could be quite nice, quite grounding with Saturn, quite freeing, maybe even exciting with Uranus. And this has been a Saturn in your second house helping you ground your values. Could be material values, taking that stuff seriously. So that could be good energy for that. And Uranus in your sixth house is freeing up that routine. All right, this has been over many years, helping you see the importance of having freedom in the everyday sphere by really tapping into your true self. Right, making whatever changes are there are necessary so you can have more of that freedom there. So both areas, all this, it's a double sextile, so it's very nice, very supportive. Now it's just an opening, but I think it could be an excellent week for those areas if consciously implemented. Now, as we go into the weekend, Mercury is going to be shifting into Aquarius, so this is going to be your fifth house of self-expression. You've already had a lot of focus, a lot of insight, I think, in terms of your creativity, your self-expression, simple, enjoyments in terms of just the playfulness, the creative side of life. And so now Mercury is going in here helping you understand more about it. In fact, it could be quite communicative on a creative level. So it's good to write, to read, to share, especially when it's about the more playful, creative, or fun side of things. So you're learning more about it. Could be more communication too about it. And I think just all in all, you'll be thinking more about what your passions are, what your interests are, your hobbies, which although is an area of, spiritualization right now and perhaps uncertainty with Neptune, Mercury here does help tend to at least enjoy it on the immediate level. So now over the weekend, we do have some important aspects with that South Node Chiron conjunction. One is going to be Mercury squaring up to Mars. Now, Mars has been in your first house of Libra, so you guys, I think, have been more direct lately, maybe more assertive, maybe wanting to get more goals and things in order, and that's a great energy to work on. Over the weekend, just integrating it, keep it nice and constructive and balanced, I think will be good, especially with anything that you might consider a creative thing or your self-expression, the communications for all of us. Mars does naturally rule your second and your seventh, so your values, bringing extra attention to those, as well as your relationships. But all in all, just observing the self, that's what this is all about. And naturally, it helps integrate this energy much more healthfully. Now, the sun is going to be squaring up to Saturn, so with this one, there's that sometimes feeling of constriction with the self-expression, but this is to ground this creativity, this self-expression, right, with the sun in the fifth. So the more open you are to building it and making it into something serious and real, then that can be very long-lasting. I think it's a great weekend for developing and cultivating that self-expression. Now, the sun does sextile up to Pluto, so there's something shifting going into next week with that self-expression and also maybe with your communications. So something to be aware of with that. Not a major thing, but on a minor note. And then, of course, the major energy of the weekend is going to be the south node conjoining up to Chiron, right? So that healing energy, being open to healing, being open to being aware of and being grateful for everything you already do have in your life involving the work, the daily sphere, the immediate environment of that sixth house, the routine. And through that gratitude and acceptance of what you have there, it allows the unhealthy energies to go. And then that builds that foundation, which is prompting you and pulling you into this new life path of really pursuing your ideals and maybe your group or community side and maybe even the progressive and technological side of your nature as well. All right, Libra, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all next week.